I said, tomorrow your informative expository research essay rough draft is due. And today you'll have the opportunity after our mini lesson to finish your outline. And before we go into our mini outline or our mini lesson here, I want us to review, actually I'm gonna switch these around. I want us to review the purpose of the research essay. Why are we writing a research essay? What's the purpose? Mason, what's one of them?
To show how your research extended your knowledge.
To show how your research extended your knowledge. Good. What else are you found in that?
But like knowing what you're reading and not like just think, oh, I read that, so I'm done. Just like writing it down.
So do you mean it helps you by you having to write an essay that actually helps you understand better? What like that? Anybody else? What about?
My teacher told me to.
Yeah, it's an assignment. Okay, are you gonna have to write essays and assignments of where you're showing what you're learning for the rest of your school life?
Yes.
Yeah, that too. But I'm glad that that wasn't one of the first things that you guys said, because you guys are right on target. It's to show what learning you did that extended your understanding from what we did in Boy in the Striped Pajamas, and to better help you understand. Because anytime you write about something that you're thinking about or learning about, you understand better. Okay, so what are the parts of that essay? Okay.
Like the pie,
Okay, explain that. Pie. Pie meaning what?
like all the
Yep, we have our pie recipe for paragraphs up there. Yeah. So what's in there?
Like, and the point of
The
it,
point.
and the illustration,
Okay, illustrations,
and like the explanation.
explanations, and then we mix that all together with
Pie.
Jen.
Place evidence and reasoning.
Okay, good. Those are the illustrations, explanations, and what's the pink?
And transitions.
Transitions, mixes it all together. Yeah. Okay, so that's what your essay is made up of. Your points, what are your main ideas? Your illustrations, which are your facts, your details. Come on in. Hello. Your facts, your details, your quotes, your statistics, your basic information that you're learning, and your explanations of how they all prove your point. Okay, so we're going to specifically talk today in our little mini lesson just about the illustrations and explanations part of that. Because illustrations, when you're working with facts and statistics and quotes, can lead to plagiarism. So let's talk first about what is plagiarism. What do you guys understand plagiarism to be? Kara?
Like when you take someone else's ideas and their words for something, like it's not plagiarism when you take it and make it into your own words, but when you just like copy and paste it and don't switch anything out there.
Okay, a couple things I heard you say was ideas and words. So I love that you put ideas in there. Also, I heard copy and paste. Well, who can add to that?
Plagiarism. The act of taking one's ideas and putting them off as one's own.
Oh, good formal definition. I like that. Do you all agree?
Yes.
Here's a little bit, but plagiarism is doing something without the person having it, without their permission, or without like your teacher knowing or something.
Okay, so it has permission added to it. Good. Copying someone. Okay, one more thing. Go ahead.
Well, it's kind of like just everyone else's, like not using your own words or something, and like kind of like, because we learned about this last year, and like if you were writing like an essay or something, and like just kind of like everyone else, how they said like they use the exact same, well, without changing anything, that's kind of how it is. Like they don't like use their own words.
Okay, good. Does it only happen in essays?
No.
Where else can it happen? Things?
Like
Research. In research, okay. Speeches, yeah. We've had some famous people who have plagiarized in speeches. Chris? Books. Books? Yeah.
And the internet.
Anything.
And the
Oh,
internet.
the internet. If you put in 7 words on the internet, how many places can you find exactly those same 7 words in the exact same word? Yeah, a lot, like as in maybe millions of places. Yeah, and the internet is one of the reasons. It's a fabulous tool that I'm so thankful for, but it is one of the reasons that we are getting in more and more trouble with plagiarism, because it just is kind of our mindset to say, oh, I'll share it. Well, I mean, even with Instagram and Twitter and anything where you share, reshare, repost, it's just like, oh, I think that too, so boom, I'm gonna say it by retweeting or reposting it. And we forget about the fact that, oh, we have to give someone credit for that. It can't be, I can't say that it's mine, even if I think it or agree with it, I can't say that it's mine.
That's why, like, some places, if you share something, it still has their name on it, but it's in your little profile.
Yeah, if you repost something, make sure you have the original link. Yeah, good. Okay, so avoiding plagiarism is what we're going to be talking about today. And I want us to understand, because I don't have my computer, so I'm just going to fall asleep every once in a while. Because we are talking about plagiarism, and I really want to help you understand truly that it's not just a school essay thing, but that it's a great big long continuum or spectrum, all the way from, hey, I'll pay you to write my paper and you put my name on it. That's like, is that plagiarism? Yes, obvious blatant plagiarism from this way, all the way to, I did all my research. I put it into every single one of my own words. I understand it totally. I did everything right. I cited all my sources. I forgot a few quotation marks. Would that be plagiarism? Yeah. Accidental, if you just forgot your quotation marks, but without quotation marks. Can someone who's reading your essay or your words know which words are yours and which words are the person that you were talking about? No, so that's accidental. So there's a lot in between. And I heard copy and paste. I'll get you in just a second. I want to share a story about a 9th grader that I had a lot, well, gosh, I don't know, 8 years ago or something like that. And he wrote an essay for me. I don't remember what the essay was about, but I could tell right away, oh, he did not write this, because number one, he didn't talk like that. He didn't write like that ever. So I did what I always do, because it's super simple to figure out if someone has plagiarized. There are lots of applications and software that you can use, but the easiest, quickest way, just type or copy what they have in their paper, put it in Google, and then you'll find the 12 other sites or the 1.2 million other sites that have that exact information. Well, I brought him in, and I laid down his paper, and I laid down what I had printed from the internet, and I said, what do you think here? He looked at me, and he knew exactly that I was saying he had plagiarized, but he said, but I didn't plagiarize. I said, honey, look at this sentence, read this sentence, read this sentence. But I didn't plagiarize. I said, how do you explain this then? And actually he had some typos, some misspelled words. He goes, but I didn't copy and paste. I didn't copy and paste. And he was just about ready to burst into tears, because his understanding was what?
Copy and paste.
Copy and pasting equals plagiarism, and that's what plagiarism is. It's not, it's so much more. So he thought if he typed it instead of copy paste, that it wasn't plagiarized. So I want to make sure that we all understand what that is. And here's where the little video lesson comes in. So I hate that my computer's not working. My pen is not working. So I want to share how we can avoid plagiarism by moving from the beginning of our research to the articulation of your research, where you write it out and articulate, be very clear and concise on what your understanding is. Chris?
I usually just make everything simpler than the site does.
Okay,
Simple.
okay, that's a good thing to do. Okay, so we're gonna go from the beginning of your research to the articulation of your research findings and your understanding. So you can see the tree up here. When researching, we start off with whole information from someone else, right? What I have done for you guys so far in our avoidance Janus unit is I have provided you those good solid sources, right? I gave you specific sites that you would look at. So it's basically like me taking you to a really good orchard of solid, healthy trees that have good fruit in them. Awesome, all right? You will continue as you grow older to learn more and more about you finding good, credible sources. You have to continue doing that because there's more and more information and sources out there that aren't good. So you have to be able to decide, where should I go to look? So we begin by picking the information that is appropriate to our research focus. So you have to first say, oh, this is good. This goes towards what I'm looking at. You guys all had your specific topics. And so when you found your books, your nonfiction reading books for our research project, you went to a book that you thought, hey, there's going to be information here about my topic. So it was appropriate to your research focus. But then it is necessary to analyze, to cut up. I'm going to get my little research out here. Okay, so we've got all this fruit. All the fruit is our research, the findings, all of the information. It is our illustration, okay? All the facts, the statistics, the info, the examples, the stories, okay? All of that is this fruit, and you need to pick it, right? Can you just put all of this into an essay like that? No. Okay, so we have to do what?
Cut it out.
We have to cut it up. That when we analyze, when we read and try to understand, we are cutting it up, okay? Some, do I need to cut my blueberries?
No.
No, there's, well, we're gonna get, to cut, you wouldn't really need to cut the blueberries, right? Because this is information that you go, ooh, good quote. That one specific quote, nice, I'm gonna use that. What do we do with that then? You know, quotation marks. We don't need to cut it up. We can say, wow, good one, I'm gonna use that, okay? Other ones, these are raspberries, frozen. So now, I'm gonna just mush them up. Do we do that with some of our information too?
Yeah.
Some information we go, oh yeah, Joanna, yeah, I understand that, and I can easily spit it out into my own words, right? You take it, just like Chris said, he tries to make it more simple than what the website or the book has. That's what you do when you mush it up. You take it, you go, yeah, I understand this. Chew on it for a little bit and understand it. Then there's other information that you really do need to cut up because it's too much and I want this in there. Bad information, or I don't need that. And this, yeah, I've got some good information. I might use some of this, I might use some of that. Okay. Yeah, I'll try.
How many words do we need to cut up?
Okay, so some days, ooh, bad spot. I'm gonna cut up and get rid of the stuff that I don't need or want. Stuff that it doesn't pertain to what I'm writing about or learning about. So then we have to continue cutting it up, analyzing it, picking and choosing what we want to include. No.
That's
gonna be
All right, and then there's information that's really long. Information that's really long. And we have to, with certain information, especially if it's really dense, if you read it, you're going, oh, I know this is good stuff, but I just can't, I don't understand it right away. What are some things that you have to do with that big, dense text?
Put it to the side for a second.
Okay, put it aside for a second. I waited until, for this, I waited to the end. Okay, what else? Break it apart, chunk it, right. Okay, what else?
Understand it.
Okay, how do you do that though?
Like read through it and then think about it.
Read through it, think about it, reread it, yeah. So chunking it up, taking it in little bites to say, wait a minute, this section, this paragraph, Does this make sense? Do I understand it? Maybe I need to read it again. Chunking it up so that you understand it. And then you can choose. All right, now, am I done?
No.
What have I created?
Salad.
Yeah, and you know what? I love fruit salad.
Me too.
This actually would be a very good fruit salad.
Yes, it would.
I'm gonna tell you about one of my 11th graders a few years back who did the best fruit salad I've ever read. We were doing career essays. And she was a student who was so capable. She is an intelligent young lady. She wasn't putting forth a lot of effort that year. And I had not seen from her the effort in class to say, wow, she's gonna come up with a great essay because she's working so hard in class. I can see it, just see her doing all this. So when she handed in her essay, and it was really good sounding, I'm like, okay, I know she's capable of this, but this doesn't sound right. She hasn't given me, even though I know she's totally capable, she hasn't given me this word before. So I did what I always do as a teacher. I looked it up, I checked for plagiarism, and sure enough, first thing I checked, totally plagiarized. I mean, she didn't even cut up and do some of what I know you guys have done and have thought was okay. Replace, like, ooh, I'm gonna replace that one with my own word. I'm gonna take this sentence and whoop, that word, I'm gonna put a synonym in. Whoop, I'm gonna put a synonym in there. Is that okay?
Yes.
No.
No.
Because you took that whole idea of how that person set up that sentence and you kept their idea, you just changed a word to a different synonym. It's still their idea. So I was so glad that Kira mentioned not only words, but ideas. Okay, so she had done that a lot, and I could tell, I kept checking and kept, I'm like, oh my word, how much of this is actually hers? I checked the entire 5-page essay. 87% of what she wrote was plagiarized. She went, ooh, good one, put it right in there. The 13% was her going to all the work to put this little puzzle piece together, this little beautiful fruit salad. She put it together so well, and she connected other people's ideas. Was that what I wanted her to do?
No.
What did I want her to do? What had I ordered instead of a fruit salad? Oh, this. Yeah, something, her intelligence, something unique to her. I ordered a smoothie. I didn't order fruit, and you know what? There isn't a teacher around that you will ever have that would say, please give me a fruit salad. They don't want other people's information. They want to know how did others' information affect you? How did you understand it? What did you think? Okay.
Putting an idea.
Okay, so remember that, right? Okay, so what do we have to do here? To get this into my own creation. We have to blend it. You have to put all of that information that you found into the blender of your brain. Your brain can blend it all up.
Yeah.
However,
It looks like blood.
just blending this up, will that be a very good smoothie?
No.
No. However,
Oh, yeah.
if I use yogurt, and for this analogy, this is my personal experience. This is my personal knowledge. This is my personality. This is the stuff that will mix it all up and blend it together. Help it stay consistent. Help it be blended, really. Okay. But also, if I just blend this up, is it going to be a very good smoothie?
No.
It's going to taste really good.
Yeah.
But it's going to be really runny. What does a smoothie take in order to be thick and
No. It needs something thick, no?
Ice. Oh, thank you, Macy. It takes, and can you scroll up on this? It needs ice cubes. Thank you. It needs ice cubes. Ice cubes gives it the firmness, right? It makes it thick and rich and be able to this is like the logic. So the fruit are like the illustrations, your facts, your statistics, your quotes, your examples, the personal stories that you are reading about. That's what the fruit is. The yogurt and the ice, those are your explanations. That's where you put your personal experience, your understanding, your personality, your logic in to blend it all up and make your own creation. And then sugar. You need a little something special to you. So, something that's unique to you, your own flair, your own style, according to the format, of course. But you need your own special flair to it, okay? That's what makes it you. Okay, it's gonna be loud.
That's what sports says.
So I can test this out to make sure it works.
I know,
Just saw it from Mr. Casey's room. Okay, I need to stir around. I need to stop. I need to revise. Okay, do you ever write an essay, get it all written out, and are done with it? No, you gotta stop. You gotta reorganize. You've gotta mix it up a little bit. You gotta review it. Okay? All right. What's that? Sorry. Okay. So now I have a fruit smoothie. Does this have all of my illustrations in it?
Yes.
Is the fruit still there?
Yeah.
Right, the fruit is still there. The illustrations, my information that I researched, my quotes, my statistics, my stories, my examples are still in there. But it's also got my own knowledge, experience, my own logic, and a little bit of my own flair in there. Right? This is what your teachers are ordering. How many of you would like some? All right, I will get
Except Amber.
What?
You've never had a smoothie?